Hey everyone, my name is Nick Dampier and I'm Creative Director here for Express Employment Professionals Grand Rapids. I'm sitting here with Grant Stevens, who is our Administrative Recruiter. And Grant, you haven't been Administrative Recruiter always. You've been here for a while. So why don't you introduce yourself a little bit and then talk about this role that you're in?
Yeah, so I initially got connected to Express as a senior at Davenport University. No idea who Express was. Fell in love with the company, the culture. Got hired to do recruiting for our industrial team. And so my job was to bring candidates in for the whole team.
Yeah, and that was back in 2019, right?
Back in 2019 when I started. And so then last year had the opportunity to move into this role and really use all of the experience and, thousands of people that I've connected with over the past, 5+ years, and really now be able to be that person that's able to connect them with employment. So it's been a fantastic change of pace.
What excites you the most about helping people find roles in the administrative field?
Yeah, for me, it's something that I'm really passionate about, and kind of what gets me, really excited is being the ultimate matchmaker. Really being able to see a candidate and then also a company, and just being able to make that connection between the two is something that brings me a lot of joy, a lot of purpose, and it's just really, really fun to be that person for the candidate and also for the client.
Yeah, that's a great response. So what's something that you learned early on about the impact administrative professionals make in the workplace?
Yeah, that's a good question. For me, I think even when I think of the administrative professionals here in our office internally, what really defines them is they're the ultimate team player. And so they play a lot of different roles. They're connected with a lot of different people in the organization, but more than anything, they're just there to help the organization thrive and support them and bring their unique skills and gifts and ability to the table, just in that like team player mindset and functionality. And I think that's amazing.
Yeah. So let's shift the gears a little bit to your approach
and
how you connect the right administrative professional with the right company. What makes a great match? Because you said you're a matchmaker.
Yeah. Put me on the spot. No. For me, when people think of recruiting, I think a lot of times they think of, all right, I got to find, this person that has this skill to do this job. And I think that's half of it. I think the first half is that skill match, that experience match. But the other half is really that culture match and that values match. Especially in the world of administrative professionals, people are researching where they want to work. When they're going for an interview, they're looking up the company. They're looking up a huge question, that a lot of my candidates that I'm actively working with, they're asking, does this company's values, do their values match my personal values? And so for me, like that ultimate match is when I'm able to create a connection for somebody at an organization where their values, their personal values are matched and really able to be lived out in that organization. It's not easy, but it's super fulfilling and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. So speaking of values, or I guess let's talk about qualities. In your opinion, in your experience, what key qualities make administrative professionals truly shine in this process?
So I have three, and this is something I've been kind of carrying with me for a few years. And the three are hungry, humble, and smart. And so
ideal team player. Yeah.
So I love that. So for me, somebody's hungry. That means that they're driven, they're energized about the work. They're going to put their best foot forward. Somebody who's humble is going to be teachable. They're going to be open to receiving feedback. And then somebody that's smart, they're always going to be looking for ways to improve their skills. Just really trying to improve and just be a better employee, personally and professionally, is really where that boils down to.
Yeah. So can you share a moment or a story where those qualities stood out to you?
I have a great story. So I was working with this candidate. We had her on assignment at one of our companies last year, and her employment was ended, unfortunately. And so she came back to my desk, and this was right around the time that I had transitioned to the administrative recruiter position. So I was able to connect with her, just fell in love with her. She's all these things we're talking about, ideal team player. So we got her connected with an organization that was actually looking for somebody to cover at the front desk for a maternity leave. So it's just a 3-month temporary contract. And so she was in a point where, she was really excited to take this opportunity. And lo and behold, she showed up perfect every single day. She put her best foot forward, really applied herself and just had a fantastic attitude. And I think now it's like last week was her first day as a permanent employee. And so they really couldn't live without her. And, she took a position that, maybe she might have been a little overqualified for, but she saw the opportunity, she saw the potential. And, now this company has a fantastic employee that is, going to continue to help the organization grow. And also she's going to be able to continue to get invested in. So that was one of the like coolest moments I've had so far in this position.
That's wonderful. And that's just one of many success stories, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So if you could say one thing to all the hardworking administrative professionals out there today, who might be, even if they're not administrative professionals yet, they might be interested in a career in administrative professionals or office services, or the ones that are day in and day out making our companies work, what would you say to them?
Yeah. So the first thing I would say is every single day you're making a difference. And I think sometimes when you're sucked into the day-to-day of work and, days turn into weeks and turn into months, maybe it's hard to see that perspective. But when you zoom out and you get a little bit of perspective, you can see that, wow, over time, you're making a true impact and a real difference. And so I would want to encourage all of the administrative professionals that you're making a difference every single day, even if you don't feel it. And then I'd also want to say thank you just for your work and for putting your best foot forward. For anybody considering, that career path, it's a fantastic opportunity just to grow and to invest in yourself and invest in a company. You get exposed to a lot of different people, internally in your organization and also externally with different clients and customers. And so it's just a really fantastic opportunity to hone your business skills, get good exposure to different departments and companies, and just continue to grow as an administrative professional.
That's great. So I've known Grant for about a decade now.
Yes, sir.
And I can guarantee that he is one of the most genuine, people-focused people out there.
Thank you,
he
Nick.
truly has a heart for people, and he does what he says, and he means what he says. So where can companies or candidates connect with you if they're looking to take their next administrative hire or opportunity?
Yeah. So, you can call or email me at any time. My direct line is 616-608-9676. Email grant.stevens@expresspros.com. Or, you could always connect with us on our website. I'd love to connect with any candidate or company that's looking for some additional support right now at this time, and would happy to be a resource for anybody.
All right. Well, you heard it there. So thanks so much for joining us, and see you next time. Reach out to Grant if you need any help.
Thanks. All right, bye.